When I was in my mid-teens, my family had just moved into this old rental house that had a basement. None of us really paid attention to it first. We were busy with unpacking and settling in, and the basement door was in this weird little corner of the kitchen, tucked away. One night, a few weeks after we moved in, my parents went out for dinner, leaving me and my younger brother alone. He was in his room playing video games, and I was just lounging in the living room, scrolling through my phone. It was around 9 or 10 p.m. when the lights flickered for a second. The power didn't go out, but it was just enough to make me glance around. I figured it was old wiring or something, no big deal. Then my brother came running into the living room. He looked pale, like really freaked out. He told me he'd heard someone walking around downstairs in the basement. At first, I brushed him off, thinking he was just trying to scare me, but he wasn't the type to get spooked easily. I figured maybe it was just some pipes or the house settling, but he was insistent, saying he could hear actual footsteps. I grabbed a flashlight and told him we'd check it out together, even though I wasn't too thrilled about the idea. The door to the basement was in the kitchen, and when I opened it, I got hit with this strange smell. Kind of like mildew, but stronger, almost metallic. It was dark down there. There were no windows, just one of those old pull-chain lights that barely lit up the room. We went down the stairs slowly. The wooden steps creaked with every move, and the deeper we went, the more uncomfortable it felt. The basement was unfinished, with concrete floors and walls and random junk piled in the corners. Old boxes, rusty tools, stuff like that. As we stepped off the stairs, I noticed something strange, the sound of dripping water. But when I shined the flashlight around, there was no water leak anywhere, just that constant drip, 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 like it was coming from the ceiling or the walls. My brother stuck close to me, and we started moving toward the back of the basement where the noise seemed to be coming from. That's when I noticed a door in the far corner, almost hidden behind a stack of boxes. It didn't match the rest of the basement, like it had been added later. The wood looked older, rotting in some places, and there were deep scratch marks around the handle. I had no idea what was behind that door, and honestly, I didn't really want to find out. But my brother kept looking at me, expecting me to do something. So I pushed the door open. The space behind it wasn't a room. It was more like a small, cramped chamber. The air was thick and still, and the smell that hit me was way worse than before, like something had been sitting there, rotting for a long time, and in the middle of the floor was this old, dirty mattress, just lying there on the concrete. There was nothing else in the room, no furniture, no windows, just the mattress. But the weirdest part? The walls had these strange markings all over them, like scratches, but they were arranged in weird patterns, almost like someone had been carving them. We stood there, staring at that room, when I heard something like movement coming from the direction of the mattress. I shined the flashlight at it, and I swear the fabric looked like it was moving, like something was underneath it, pushing up from beneath. My brother let out this quiet gasp, and before I could stop him, he reached out and grabbed the edge of the mattress to flip it over. What we saw underneath, I can't explain it. There was nothing there, no person, no animal, but the floor under the mattress was soaked, like someone had dumped buckets of water on it. And those scratches we'd seen on the walls, they were also on the floor like claw marks, but deep, jagged, and fresh. I backed up, pulling my brother with me, but before we could get out of the room, we heard this scraping noise, like something dragging across the concrete. The mattress shifted slightly on its own, just enough to let us know whatever was down there wasn't done with us yet. We ran back up the stairs, slammed the door shut, and we never went down to that basement again. We didn't tell our parents, didn't even mention it to each other. But sometimes, late at night, when the house was quiet, I'd hear it, the soft, dragging sound coming from the basement, like something was trying to find its way out.